Welcome back, episode 9 of the Hear Me Out podcast. I am your host, City. I'm with my co-host.
I'm E.
Mache.
All right, y'all. This is the last episode of the year.
It's officially the last
We
episode.
got it wrong last week, but yeah. So I feel like I was doing some research, and what are people searching in January? What are topics that people are looking for, they're interested in January? And I know for myself, I've been doing a lot of just self-reflection, like what do I want my 2025 to look like? So that's kind of the theme for today is our vision, like our vision board. What are our vision for ourselves?
I love vision boards. I love vision boards.
When's the last one you did one? When's the last time you did one?
Actually, I did one when I was in school. So it was just last year around the same time. So
the things that you put on your vision board, did they actually did they come to fruition?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you share like one or two?
Yeah, starting up the business, just getting my own foot in the door. I would love to have like a location, but we're starting small.
And what's the business?
I'm an esthetician. I do waxing and facials as well as my day job.
How do you, because I see a lot of people have that type of business now. Like there are a lot of women who, so how do you feel?
Exactly.
There's a lot of you guys.
Yeah, it is.
So how do you
It's
feel
a lot
like
of
you'll
us.
do financially in it?
So everyone has their own clientele. I feel like a lot of girls kind of start off working with the company, and then that's how they build their clientele, and then you kind of branch off and do your own business, and you take your clientele with you. But the cool thing is that there's more women than men in this world. I always say that. So you have more, to play with. Exactly, clients to actually play with. And then once you kind of find some men that are into facials, which you can turn a lot of men into clients as well. Don't ever be afraid, because men love their facial, especially once you start getting in that beard. They get it for that first time. They be like, oh my gosh, like, okay, right, I need to do this more and more often.
For sure.
And I think about that when I do like health insurance. I'm thinking like, dang, we're gonna run out of people, eventually. But
you're never gonna run out of people.
You never run out of people. You really don't. You just don't. Exactly.
Can you imagine?
I know.
I know. Thinking that you could actually run out of people. It's so crazy, because I had that belief too. Like earlier in the year, I was working with my brother on his business, and I was like, but what if all the customers and all the patients stop coming? And he's like, exactly. They're never going to stop coming. Like there's always going to be somebody. And I think that's like a limiting belief, right? That we're going to run out. So somehow we have to just.
Exactly.
I don't think you're ever going to run out in the medical field, because people are here and people will get sick. So you're never going to run out of people in that field. But I mean, it's cool for you then, because you're doing it like a second thing.
Yes, it's my secondary.
So you're not depending on this it's all extra.
Right.
Bet.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised, because I get some clients that are like, oh, my girl was all booked. So I needed someone, that's like not as booked. Okay, well, come on,
And then do they come to you now exclusively, or are you like their second person still?
Yeah, I'm still the second person, and I kind of fell back a little bit.
Though.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Second person is nice.
Right.
That's still love, because that happens a lot. Like you'll have a service that you want, and maybe you need it on a particular day, and your lady's not available, so you got to get somebody else. So you always kind of have to have like 2 or 3 people in rotation.
Absolutely,
for sure. I'm definitely gonna hit you up. I know I said I was gonna hit you up for the wax, but I'm gonna hit you up. Don't even trip.
So when you get into this type of field, right? I'm pretty sure, because you make friends easily, you have a plethora of women friends, right?
Yes.
So now how do you feel like? So how do you do it? Like, you're my friend. Hey, I do this now. You should not be going to that person anymore. You should be coming to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do feel like there's a little bit of loyalty to this. I know some women have their person and they're used to them, and so it takes a little bit for some people to be like, okay, I'll start coming to you.
And then you're just starting.
Yeah, I'm just
starting.
Your
skills may not be up to par yet.
Exactly. Might not be good.
So, and that's another thing I'll never forget when I first did my first Brazilian, because they don't teach you Brazilians in the school, because you gotta.
Why don't they?
Because you gotta
open the lips.
Exactly.
You gotta open the lips up.
Right. You're exactly. So
so how are you supposed to do that?
Right. So don't get me wrong. Like I volunteered because I had a Brazilian before. So I let my teacher like do me in the classroom.
Yeah.
In front of the people? people?
Yeah, in front of all the exactly. You got to be open and willing to do
for
such.
sure.
Someone has to be the guinea pig to
Not
start it
you?
off. I mean, I
It
wanted a free
was
wax.
all girls in the class?
Yeah, it's nothing but
Okay.
female in the classroom.
So there's no men
no
estheticians?
men. I mean, there are men estheticians, and let me tell you, I heard that that's a big booming business.
I would
the
imagine
man?
so.
For the men, you'll
For
be
the men.
surprised.
For the man who is an esthetician, it's booming because other men
Other
want.
men.
For
So
real?
this is going for like the LGBT.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Exactly. So for them, they need it.
So
they
business
need it.
is booming.
I would never know, but I know it's out there. It's called manscaping.
So look, when you so since you didn't know how to do a Brazilian, did you offer one of your friends
Yeah,
a free
absolutely,
one? So
absolutely.
You could, okay, bet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you were telling the story about the first one.
Right.
and
My
then what
first one
happened?
was my sister. Shout out to you, Tatiana. She was like, your patches are too small. Like my other girl, she does like bigger patches.
Yeah, because
And
I don't
so
need to
now
be
I'm
here all
like,
day.
Oh, exactly. And
I
then
need to be here all day.
Right. And so once you kind of get the hang of it and you learn, and people have to be willing, and that's
Be
why I
patient.
do it for free.
all
When
right.
I was doing it for free.
Oh,
Okay,
Let's clear
hold
that
on,
up.
yeah.
Right. I'm licensed now, baby. So check the price.
Make sure your
list.
temperature is okay too, though.
So
That part too.
Make sure your temperature's all right, because
yeah,
I don't need
absolutely.
you coming down here and just burning
and
me
tearing
up.
stuff. And it's a lot that goes
the
into
temperature is right?
it. Yeah,
It better
the wax
be, or-
has
I don't know.
to
Oh,
be-
that's what you're.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
It
the wax
better
is the
be.
temperature.
Oh, it
Oh,
could
it's
be
gonna
too
be
hot.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be
it
a
could be too
problem.
hot.
But my
Whoa.
thing is this though.
What's the temperature?
It need to be all right. You can't be
there's
too
no,
hot.
There's no certain degree it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
so
At esthetician
my-
school, they got to tell you that.
Right, exactly. So there is like a certain temperature. I want to say like 100 and
No, I can't have you
Nah,
like
but
you
if
want to
it's
say.
sitting,
You
if
got to
it's been
say.
sitting there though, that's different.
right.
So you got to
absolutely.
mix it.
you gotta
It's
mix
a
it,
lot
and you
that
gotta
go
test
on.
Mhm, right. So
You gotta patch
start
test it on your
off
hand, please.
at-
before
everything is
you-
patch test.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you have a pot of the wax that's just sitting there all day, and your clients just come in.
No, so I mean, like, yeah, there's wax in there. For mine come like in little like containers. So I just like pop one in, and then
Okay,
but
okay,
like yeah, for the most part,
okay.
I got the stock on deck. I got my hard wax, I have my soft wax.
Okay.
People still do soft wax?
Yeah, soft wax is for like large
Okay.
areas, so that way
What's
you can
the soft wax? Is composed.
soft wax. It's
That's
just
the
one of
gel
these with
one
the
we
strip.
see.
Well,
that
I think
has
they're
it,
not-
it has a strip. So
it has a strip. I
You
don't want
apply
that.
it on, and it's like super
I don't want
thin,
that
it's super
one.
super messy. I know,
I don't want that
So
one.
you-
but it's great
I
for
want the
legs.
hard
And then
one.
the hard one is the gel. The temperature they need to be right.
They both have to be right. So soft wax, you want to keep it at a lower temperature because it's more runny.
Yeah.
And then the hard wax, you want it in a higher temperature because it's harder to get like hotter.
Okay.
So you want to do a little bit higher, but you apply that thicker, you know what I mean, and you just tear
Tear
that
it off.
actual wax. Whereas soft wax, you need a
Use the
strip
to pull it out.
and pull it out,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Here's a question.
So, yeah.
Not you. Not you. But you have a friend
Mhm.
who has a business and you go and support the business and they're terrible. What do you do?
That's her
That's
question.
That's her question.
Okay. Can I go after
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Sure.
Okay.
I want all the feedback. Like I want to know what sets me different from other people. What have you experienced? What are things that I can do better?
Mhm.
I'm big on what is that? Constructive
Criticism.
Yeah, constructive
But I'm not
criticism.
asking it for you though. I'm
Mhm.
saying you are the one who got the service that was terrible.
Oh, and I'm
How
gonna tell
are you approaching
And
the
it's her
situation?
friend
right,
that
and
did it?
And I'm gonna
Friend,
tell you,
associate.
Yeah, I'm gonna
whatever.
let you know.
Tell me,
Listen.
I just waxed you. I burned you. Give me the feedback.
Okay, so yes, you need to check your
Just from the
temperature.
gate. You just
From the gate,
Okay.
like, oh girl, that's really really hot. Like, because as soon as you put it on,
You're gonna know.
if it's hot. Like, girl, wait a minute, fall back. What is the temperature on? Like, you feel me? Did you check yourself first?
This is
did
all
you
going
realize?
down as your legs.
That's what I'm saying. This is
Legs
That's what I'm saying.
open?
Did you realize that it's hot? Did you check yourself because it's hot? Like, it's really really hot.
I'm saying, are you doing that while you're laid?
That's what she
While
said,
I'm
yeah.
laying there,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, girl,
But you were
yeah.
speaking to you received the service and this is after and now you're talking to the person about
Yeah.
it. Okay,
So maybe not
while
like
it's happening.
in the
Oh
process.
yeah, see, I'm very vocal. So now, if I just rode with it, see, I would
well,
never.
maybe not that
just
scenario.
FYI.
Just something
But-
a friend or an associate of yours, you patronized their business and it wasn't up to par.
Let me
Yeah.
go, and then you might know what you want
I
to
would
say.
say, listen, can I give you some tips? I've been around the block. You should do it like this. This is, the temperatures was this. You're pulling. You got to taut the skin. You got to hold. You got to, and then apply the pressure. I got a homegirl. She would go and just not apply the pressure. Applying the pressure is the best part.
The part
I need you to apply that pressure,
Please.
and don't
girl.
go.
Can you please say that again?
Like run.
I need you
run
to,
that.
I need
Don't
you to
be
commit.
afraid. You're right. Just,
one thing I can't
Get it in.
stand when ladies, if you are waxing, please commit to the pull. I don't want you to go gradually. I want you to rip it off, and I want you to rip it off fast.
And it's
Quick
one
and
thing
fast.
if you don't get the grip, which I've had to
Sure.
slip out, but don't let that be like your technique.
Your technique.
Done.
That's a
Like don't
terrible
nobody want
technique.
that. Like we want a good rip, apply pressure, and then moving on to the next. Like, and I
Yes.
apply a few at a time, like few patches,
so that
way
cools down. Yeah,
and then right, exactly. So I could go boom, apply, boom, apply. Boom, apply pressure, and then I.
How many patches she needs? That's a lot of patches. That's a lot of surface area.
It's down there.
That's if you don't maintain.
You're not
it.
paying right. You're not paying attention to
You're not
what's really going on
maintaining
down there. Exactly.
It shouldn't be that many patches.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
just
That's a lot of patches.
okay,
She
but
I don't know. That's
you
a
have
surface.
you have a lip. You got another lip. Like, what do you mean? That's
That's
one
only
side?
2. You did.
Okay,
You had 4
you got a
patches on
top,
there. You had
and then
4
you got a
patches
top
on there.
patch. Like, what do you mean? We got listen.
And you got to get the inside too.
Right.
You got to open it up. And
get up in there.
Please.
Get up in there.
Please.
But see, I try to do like one whole, like that whole inside, outside, bye. We in there.
I see.
Yeah.
I had
you want to do inside out outside? You got to take it easy.
Yeah, I'll
Fast and
do
efficient.
the legs.
Fast and
Right.
efficient.
I do the legs like the inner thigh
The inner
part.
thighs, okay.
And then we're getting up
They
in there.
wax in here? What y'all you talking about the inner thigh?
But you know what I mean? Like there's
inner-
a planning
like where
line, right? There's like a
Oh,
planning-
that inner
Right,
thigh.
right.
You talk I didn't know what was going on. Like,
Some people wax that too.
I didn't you
Yes,
wax that?
Some people wax that
yeah.
too. Yeah, when you
Okay.
get your full body weight, get all of that out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God. Jesus, I don't even know how we got here, but
I had a friend.
he wants to give his opinion.
Nah, because I'm talking to him. I ain't gonna say his name. He sold clothes, right? Sweaters, hoodies,
okay. You bought
whatever,
some.
t-shirts, yeah. And he used to always say to me, like, man, you'll go give Nike $80 for a sweater. You'll go give Drake whatever for a sweater, but I'm your boy. If I see you in the streets, I'm jumping in the fight if someone doing something to you and you won't support my business. I said, you know what? Okay, bet. Now, mind you, his prices are comparable to Nike's in them.
$80.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, I bet, but I'm with it. If I mess with your stuff
Okay,
and you my
let's see.
people, I'm coming.
Let's see.
Let's see. I get the sweater. I wear it. I take it to the dry cleaners. It shrinks. I can't wear it no more.
Okay. Did they
Right.
wash it?
I don't know what they did to the dry cleaners, but
It's a dry cleaner though.
in my
It
opinion,
shouldn't
though,
wash it.
that's what it shouldn't shrink.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, bro, you need better quality of material.
So you said it?
Right.
Yeah, I go to Nike because this ain't happening.
Did you say it in that tone?
Just like that because I was upset because I spent 80 on this.
Mm-hmm.
This, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had bought some shorts in my order as well. So in
Same.
my mind, I'm like, the shorts finna be the same situation. So no
One
refund.
time use.
Yeah, and that's the
No refund. I'm like, listen, since I already know what happened with the hoodie, the shorts are
I want
still
a
in the
refund.
wrapper or I ain't took nothing
I
out.
want a refund.
No, all sales are final. They do you all. Yeah.
Did you read-
Yeah.
Was that in the terms and conditions?
Listen,
I mean,
We gotta normalize. No, we do have to normalize reading people's
There's no
return
reading
policy.
return
Hold on.
policy.
No,
This was a
reading-
straightforward, like you
Oh,
sell the
so
clothes out of
you-
your thing. I come, here's your money, you give it to me.
that part. See, and that's why I was telling you, like sometimes I'll just take an L. Like
Mm-mm.
And we're
And I feel you,
peoples. And
but-
we're peoples though. So you should be
but-
like, here, go to refund.
My thing is,
right. But
If you
you'll
know-
never don't count on me to come back. Just
I've
know
never
that.
been back.
Like
my thing
I'll
is,
take the L.
I feel like if you know, I'd rather take the L, me as the person who sold the thing that wasn't good, to soften it over so that maybe
By
you
getting
come
your money
back.
Right.
I don't
That's
like when
how I
people be like,
feel.
all sales are final. You gave me a crap product.
That's how I feel.
How am I supposed to reconcile this? At least if
So
I get
how's
something
your
from Amazon,
situation
if I
going on?
man,
With the-
I hate that you be putting me on blast.
I was-
every time
see, I-
on this
see, hold on.
podcast.
I'm
Hold
just saying,
on.
I
well,
really
hold
hate
on.
that you.
Same question applies.
Hold on.
Same question applies. I'm not going into no
This
detail.
the second time. I
You
gotta
be
talk about
saying-
it.
into no
This
detail.
the second
I'm
time.
not
You
going
be
into no
saying
detail.
y'all.
But tell
Hold
me
on.
how
You no. This is the second time, Michelle.
Can I interject
that
again?
you? No.
I knew what you was talking about, and I didn't say nothing.
Hold on, because we gotta set. Hold on, we gotta set the record straight here.
She's talking to you.
If I tell you something, or you are privy to a situation that happens outside of these walls, you don't need.
I'm just asking you.
Hold on.
How did you handle your situation? That's all I asked. I'm not even going into detail.
On that because
We're all in a podcast. Exactly. No one knows. So that question applies to us. I'm applying it right back to you.
I feel you a little bit. I feel you a little bit.
I'm just asking you.
Because no one else knows what we're talking about.
No one knows.
You can give your soliloquy. And,
thank you.
And no one would know.
I'm just
I feel you on
how
that
did
a
you
little
handle
bit.
your like?
But don't be saying y'all. Don't be saying y'all.
Okay.
Both of y'all.
Nah, see what?
Both of y'all.
So
and
what?
I know what we talking about. I didn't say
with
nothing.
The questions?
No, what time?
Are you off the table?
No. I answered.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm answered.
I'm just saying. Hold on.
We need update.
I was just saying that a lot of times people just be throwing stuff in the mix.
But
I do it. First of all, I do it with full blown respect.
But the thing is, the person who knows, when they see it, they gonna know.
No,
they are gonna know. They're 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 gonna know.
They could.
They're gonna know.
They're
not gonna
Trust
know.
me when I tell you, they're gonna know.
Oh God!
I'm telling you, they're gonna know. So all I'm saying is, let's just keep it general. Because I be having the editing at the end of this.
We didn't even talk about. We didn't say no details.
Was it your situation that's kind of okay? Bam. Okay, I see. What? Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, I gotta have a situation
because unfortunately, that question applies. That question applies. How did you handle your situation?
I hit her up and I let her know I need my money back.
See, so same thing.
And what happened?
I got my refund.
Oh, full?
Very good. See?
Partial. Without the shipping, but you know.
I'll take that.
But that's fine though. So learning experience, y'all, as a friend, if you guys are doing business, like close out the business properly. If your friend does not like the product, give them their money back honestly, because that's what we would.
And like she said, you kind of keep it open for future
the opportunity
business.
to patronize again. Because let me tell you, if I can't get my refund back, like I will never mess with you ever again. Like you can lose me.
I've
low key might even as a friend.
Low key, I lost a friend like that. I've literally lost a friend like that. It was on some PR stuff back in the day. I hired them,
right?
and they didn't give me my deliverables,
right?
And so we're having a meeting at the end of the month, and I'm just like, well, you know, the deliverables,
right?
Haven't been delivered,
right?
Well, no, because they're here. Like we can see them. They're not that,
but they're.
I need my money back. She didn't want to give it to me. I went to PayPal. They gave my money back, and we ain't talked ever since.
Oh, so you hit the charge back on there.
Oh well, I mean,
but you didn't give me what I paid for.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. So, can we dive further into what happened?
No.
Okay.
See, that's where I know where the line is.
I just since it came up. What you got for me, Penny?
See,
what is?
Don't we?
That's why I say y'all.
Don't
y'all be doing.
Me,
and the thing is, I keep it so kosher with you guys. I honestly, there's so many things I could say that I don't say, but I will say if I have to.
I mean,
I'm just saying
it out there.
No, you good. You
feel
good.
a froggy leak, dog. We in this.
Since we're talking about personal situations, you want to run the situation back from last week? How it panned out?
Oh Lord,
you want to run that back? Since we on personal situations,
let's do it because I ain't afraid of nothing. Okay, and first of all, we're on a podcast, so we can talk about it. So
never ran and won't pick today to start running.
Hear me out.
So we talking about the baby daddy?
Oh, see, he already know what's up. Run it. All right. So Cindy, you guys gave me an assignment.
I didn't give her an assignment.
She gave me an assignment.
I made a suggestion.
She gave me an assignment. And the assignment was to ask him a question about where he sees himself in the next 5 years.
It was have a conversation, but
have a conversation.
You did that already though, right?
And I told her that you know, I don't want to hear what he has to say because I'm looking for the actions. Exactly. So she was like, just have the conversation, just ask the question and see where it leads. Because yeah, so I asked the question. And it actually was a really good conversation. Like we had a good conversation. Am I hopeful and open to it? Just
to a reconciliation?
Not necessarily a reconciliation, but just trying to get on the same page for our son. Because like I said, I told him, I said, when you do good, he does good, which then it helps me. And then when I'm doing good, of course, I help you. You know what I mean? And of
How do you
course,
help him?
I help him with the pickups, the haircuts, taking him to school, making sure he got all his clothes. Like, I don't ask him for anything.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? So,
Okay. So
But is that healthy though?
that you don't ask him for anything?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's healthy?
That's why I need him to do
Well,
his part. So that way I would love to go to him and say, hey, I dropped a cool 200, 300 on some shoes. Can you run me 150 or $100 back? Like, you know what I mean? I'll get it, but then can you help a sister out?
Right. Well, I think because you asked what's healthy. Because you just be
Hold on.
asking questions, but you don't really be wanting the answers. Go ahead.
No, I did. You interrupted me.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on. So look, but I doubt I did, but let's go back. So when you ask him what his 5-year plan is, what is his 5-year plan?
To have a career, because he is tired of the, in and out jobs, and, to have his own like place to live.
Don't say that on the TV.
Okay.
You gotta keep that part to yourself. Sorry, sir.
My bad.
So his 5-year plan is career. And did he have steps on how he would achieve that? Or a plan of action?
Yeah. I mean, I told him the same thing. Like, I think I said, since you're in this field, I really think that you should get your HVAC. Like,
and so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he's gonna do
okay.
that. So.
Okay. Resident, career. And those are the only 2 things?
Yeah, I mean, for now, because I'm trying to move to Atlanta. Like, I told him, for me, I know that what I want, I can afford by myself. If things hit the fan and he, can't keep his situation, I know for sure I can pay for this on my own. Like, that's that. So the door is open. I told him, you're more than welcome to move and you'll be able to pay.
Move to Atlanta?
To Atlanta.
So with you in the same house?
Yeah, so he could stay with his son.
So how does that work if you're gonna be roommates?
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah.
So why you just you might as well get back with him if you want him to live together and all that.
Here's the thing. There are things, and I told him, and I was very honest with him. I said, maybe it was my fault realizing that we weren't as compatible. I said, because being with him, I realized that traveling is a must for me. I didn't know that that's something that I needed in my partner. So traveling is a must. And I was like, if you can't do that or
he doesn't want to?
He's never flown before.
So he has a fear of flying.
I guess so.
You can get over that.
That's what I'm saying. I just got to get him on a plane.
And then when she asked you said like, no, get back together. But I feel like you're doing a lot of stuff that is going to lead to that or could lead to that. Or in his mind, he thinks she's open to it.
It's a possible chance. And I did tell him in my journey today, he has a better chance than me meeting somebody else.
And let me ask you a question. Since you've been with him before and have a child, does he have to wait till marriage to get up in there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You gotta relax.
Because we're doing things differently
the right way this time.
Absolutely. You're going to put a ring on it before you get up in it.
Just so when the engagement happens, he could
marriage. No, marriage. Okay.
So, all right, my boy, let's get telling. They scored. What happened?
So what I was gonna say, because you asked the question, what is fair? Because you had said that you want to be in a position, or you're in a position to take care of things. You don't have to ask him, but is that healthy though? Like,
it's not.
It's not. And I feel like not for like you, but like for your son.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And here's the thing. I've always said that my son is going to peep game as he gets older. Exactly.
That's why,
and
let them be their own downfall.
Exactly.
They gonna see it anyway. You be trying to save y'all from yourselves, but
that part. So, I don't talk bad about him. I still love him to pieces. That's my baby daddy. You feel me? And he's around. Like, the man is there.
He's there.
She's the witness to it, because every time we're on the phone, he's there picking him up. He's there hanging out. So I'm not going to knock him for that. That's one thing I've never always said I would never, ever, ever do is, use my son as a pawn, or you can't see him, or, just because you didn't pay for no shoes. Like, we're not doing that. Like, you want to spend time with your son, come pick him up because mama outside. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it. No, I feel it. I definitely think there should be, equal contribution for the child's own perception of like what it looks like to have support from both parents and not just one. And I think that kids do internalize that to an extent, and that becomes a part of their imprint. So if they see mom doing everything all the time, when they're in a position to have a relationship, they're going to expect that from their woman, and that's not healthy because I can't do everything.
And that's why I be on my son's head. Like, I give him at least 2 days out of the week. You're brushing your own teeth, you're washing your own butt. Like, you're going to start doing independent stuff because he's 7. Like, you need to get into the habit. I'm not going to be taking care of you for the rest of your life. I'm not raising you to do that.
He hasn't moved into wanting to do those things on his own?
My son? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he loves doing it by himself.
Oh, you said my son don't ever want help from me anymore. And I'm like, damn, let me help you. Like, I got you.
No, yeah, but I still have to go behind him because
that's
he just
my
doesn't.
thing. That's how I feel like I might as well do it the first time because I got to come.
Yeah,
but then you're not teaching them the skill. Like they have to get the muscle memory of actually brushing, like holding it in their hand and knowing how to switch the position.
I didn't realize why is you having a problem with getting washing the soap? No, the soap on the towel. Like you got to lather that bad boy up.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's tactile. Yeah. So if you don't, for example, like if you just go, and my older son has this challenge. If you don't use your hands, like any muscle that you don't use atrophies, right? So you have to learn how to put the soap on it and rub, and eventually over time you get used to, okay, the sensation, this feels like this. If you don't, if you're always doing it, they don't have to build that muscle. So they don't learn it. You know what I mean?
That's why I try to let
so you say let him do it, then just go behind him and do it again if you didn't do it right?
Yeah, like I mean my youngest is 4, so he's not doing anything well, but I have him hold it in his hand and I have him do the motions, and I might hold the end of the toothbrush and kind of, help him along. But eventually I'm going to let him do it on his own and just see how it works. And then I'll come behind him and, fix it up.
So I guess I'll start going behind. I'm like, come on, let me do it with you.
Yeah, so like I'll let him like do it for the day. You know what I mean?
Can't let him do it for the day instead of outside.
No, but at like nighttime.
Do you smell his breath after he brushes his teeth?
Oh yeah,
because I need to come here.
He be all in my face with it, and then he'll be like, "Look, I washed my hands." Like, okay, thank you.
My son is big on that now. He don't want to. Mommy, I can do it. You close the door in my face, okay?
Yeah, my son be like, get up out of here.
But like that nighttime, okay, come on, let me do that.
Nah, I see. I'm gonna be doing it for a while. I need to see. Come here. I need to smell you. Make sure everything is in the right place, and everything is good. All right, so switching gears just a little bit, vision statements. This is something that I learned, like this concept that I learned last year, working with this business that I have a lot of involvement with, is creating a vision statement for your life, right? Whether it's for your business, for your relationships, like what vision do you have for yourself for 2025 as a roadmap, like to really help guide you. Like if you know at the beginning of the year, like I want this,
right? You
got to put it down somewhere and revisit it. I think at least quarterly.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna tell you guys my vision statement.
Okay.
For 2025. And then I want you guys to tell me your vision statement. And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Do you feel like vision statement is the same thing as like a resolution?
No.
Okay.
A vision, let's see. So a vision statement is a guiding principle that outlines where you want to go in your life or a specific endeavor. It should be broad enough to allow flexibility, but clear enough to steer your decisions.
All right.
So that's like a vision statement.
Because I think it's very important.
Like a plan.
You're right. And it's very important to see it. And then like you kind of like, even though you're like thinking about it, you're like seeing it and you're seeing that vision. And it's like, okay, I know I can get here and I see it and it's going to come into fruition. Like.
Yeah. I look like when I conceptualize it, I think of it like a flag that you put somewhere that you're literally walking towards. So there are going to be things that happen in the year that knock you off and you got to get up and go, okay, what's the vision that I have for my year? Okay, that's the flag. I got to walk that direction.
Right.
To me, that's the same concept I have why I feel like I'm a planner, because I like to plan things out, because there will be things that knock you off of the path. But if you have the plan and where you want to go, I know I'm going back in this direction. Right. If you don't have a plan and someone knocks you off the path, you're just spinning around going wherever you're going.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm with that.
It's a must.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing as we're like thinking about what the vision is just something I'm committing to looking at it at a minimum quarterly. I'm probably going to look at it every month just to see like, okay, am I doing what I'm supposed to do in this month to get me closer to where I need to get to? Because it's so easy to be like at the beginning of the year, I want this, and then life happens.
It sure
right?
does.
Life is going to happen. And if you don't have that thing that you're saying, okay, last month wasn't this cool, I got to edit this out of my life so I can get closer to this vision. So my vision is I want to edit out anything that is not adding to my well-being and my growth first mindset. I want to invest in meaningful experiences. I want to do arts and crafts with my children, and book 3 staycations this year and get down to my goal weight.
Staycation.
Yeah,
I like a
that's
staycation.
That's my
I love
vision
that.
statement for the year. Okay, Michelle.
My vision statement is I am moving to Atlanta. So we're going to.
Earlier you said you're trying to move, so now you're moving
No,
for sure.
I am moving for
When
for
you
sure.
going?
I'm leaving like first week of July.
So you ain't gonna be here for your birthday? We can't turn up for your birthday?
You can. You can go in Atlanta and holler at
I'll
me.
be in Atlanta, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll be in the ain't nothing out there though. You
See
gonna
what
be
I'm
back.
on.
You gonna be back.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You're gonna be back.
I'm traveling back and forth.
No,
I
no,
won't.
she-
No.
You're
I
gonna
mean,
come-
you're going to
yeah.
come back.
No. I will not be coming
I
back.
can assure you of that. How much you want to put on it?
Come on.
Okay, let's run. If
Okay.
you really about it, like what, $250?
$250?
Why'd you look like that ain't nothing?
Hold on. Can
Or
I
do
get
you want- do you want
clarification?
more?
'Cause-
Right.
Hold on. I was trying to get clarification
I
if
feel
that's
like
what
the-
she meant.
Right. And
She
Did you
could've meant
mean
$250,000.
$250?
$250, $250,
do
and
that.
how long? How
That's
long
my
do you
thing.
I
think?
would
How
say
long?
you probably will last 5 maximum
months.
Years.
max, and then you're back. You're back for sure.
Okay, run it. Let's put that.
And we can
It's
compound
on
the interest. So
podcast.
every year,
Okay,
we can put
run
an
a
extra,
hundred.
we get
Okay,
extra
we're
100
gonna
on it.
start
So
as soon as I
250
leave.
from the jump, and we're gonna see if
Y'all
you get
might as
past
well
5.
250 it every year.
Sure.
Let's run it then.
So you got to last 5 years?
I'm gonna last for sure 5 years.
Okay.
I don't know. She knows you better
I
than I do.
love
So.
the A. Like y'all don't understand. I have really
Okay.
grown to love.
Oh,
the
your
A.
people's there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so she'll have family
I'm
there.
out
That can
there
help.
all the
That don't
time.
mean
My
nothing.
mom's is there. You
That
feel
don't
me?
mean nothing.
Yeah,
Don't
but
worry
see,
about it.
you got a little bit more legs in
No,
the
I'm not
roots of
talking. No.
here.
Hold on. See, you always trying to bring it back to
and
me.
her
I'm
family-
flying. I'm a little butterfly out here. I ain't got
Okay.
no tethers to Cali.
No, for sure. I
What do you think I'm gonna miss? Like what do you think is gonna bring me back?
I think the lifestyle in Atlanta is going to get old very quickly, and you're gonna be off of that.
What's the lifestyle?
I know.
Or-
I can't put it in words on site, but I just don't think that you're
I
gonna
mean,
be
don't
in
get
Atlanta
me wrong.
more than
Ain't
5
nothing
years.
like LA. You feel me? Born and
We
raised.
can't tell.
But
No. Go though. I definitely
I'm
encourage
going.
you to
I'm going.
experience that. I just don't think that it's gonna be your forever. I don't think you're gonna retire there and live there for the rest of your life. I definitely do not see that.
Listen,
But
I'm
she's-
really about the coin. Like
I'm about to say she's gonna get her bang for her buck out there.
Yeah.
You still gonna be with Mutual Life?
Yeah, no, not Mutual Life.
But whoever you're with
Cover
now?
mhm.
Okay, bet. Also, you can do that wherever.
Cover California. I work
and,
from home.
And you still gonna get the same money that you were making here?
I'm not moving anything.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm trying to tell you.
That
And it's
makes
a
sense.
whole raise when I move out there.
Yeah.
My money and my tax, the state tax, everything. Gas price, everything.
Mhm.
Don't trip.
Mhm.
I'm gonna listen. I'm
How
gonna
long?
invite
How long have you? No, I got residents there. How long have you been in? How long have you been in Atlanta? How long have you stayed in Atlanta? Like period of time
Like a good 2 months.
At a time?
Mhm.
during the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 years. 5 years. Yeah,
Hey,
what's
it
your
is
vision?
recorded
What's your
on
vision
Hear Me Out
statement?
podcast
Yeah, don't
right
worry. That's
now.
gonna be chump change by that time. I promise you. You're
I love
definitely
it.
not
I know,
staying
and
in
I can't
Atlanta.
wait.
They get more. They get
You're
more
really watching
attention.
this game
They're
right
getting
now.
more attention than we are. See how disrespectful that is to the fans, the people who
knows?
are watching you.
Listen, it's Sunday Night Football and my boys is fighting for their lives out here. You gotta feel me. Your mom feel me right now.
Yeah, she's
It's-
a Green Bay Packer
listen,
fan, so that game's over.
Michael Penix out here throwing interceptions, but he all right though. We outside. Come on, baby.
0-7.
Vision board. I want to definitely put daily deposits into the gym. I feel like doing everything daily is the best way to
I'll stay on track.
you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So we gymming more. Pneumonia took me down, so I that's a pass interference, y'all. Thank you. The gym.
He's like the person
I want to write more.
that you hire, and then they just be messing up, and you be like, "Oh my God, he messing up in front of all the rest of the people." Like,
Hey,
come on.
they feeling me.
No,
The
they
men.
not.
How many subscribers we got?
Nobody's.
500?
Let me tell you,
The
nobody-
350 that are men, they like, go on, boy, get it. We know what you're
Listen,
doing.
Well, they're not
We're
tuning
not mad
in.
at
They're
you.
not
We're not mad
tuning
at
in to
you.
hear you give commentary about a game. They could watch themselves.
They not invested like me. These my boys.
You clearly
Look,
are
by the
invested.
time
Go
this
ahead.
Write
airs-
more. Write more, definitely daily writing, and that's what I'm saying. For me, is daily things.
Yeah.
Daily, setting aside 2 hours or more, because I feel like sometimes when I get going, the 2 could turn into 4.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely a 2-hour span of writing. I want to be more conscious of my time and how I spend it.
Amen to that.
I don't want to waste any more time. I feel like there's a lot of things I do, how she said, is not conducive to the overall well-being of what we want to do for 2025 and the future.
Amen to that.
So no more wasted time, whether that be with people who I chill with that ain't doing nothing and we just here wasting time.
Right.
So no wasted time in 2025. I want to be a more present father. And I feel like I am a present father, but I want to do more. I want to be a more present husband. I want to be a better friend, a better cousin. I definitely want to be a better brother to my siblings, man.
Mm-hmm.
Here she go. Here's I don't want to know. I don't know. That's the same shit you said me shaking with.
She's crazy.
The extra emphasis on it. Nah,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, y'all. Don't worry about it.
But I want to be a better brother, a better everything to my family and my peoples. I want to be a better worker. You know what I mean? Whether that it's on a 9 to 5, whether that's working towards my goals after that. I always see that quote or whatever that's like, you're going to give them 8 hours of your day, but you're not going to work on your dreams and shit the other time you have. That's in my mind. Forefront, frontal lobe, how do you call it? So yeah, those are the things that are on my vision or my mission vision statement for 2025.
Yeah, I don't think I was really able to finish. I like yours a lot. So like I said, my move for sure, I definitely want to be more hands-on with my son James as well. Just, watching his growth. My relationship with God. We're about to, April.
I feel like y'all locked in. What's going to happen in April?
Yeah, April is my 1-year anniversary with my Lord.
You've been baptized?
Excited. Yes, I've been baptized.
Was it prior to your...
No, I made the change. So I repented, of course, first. Once you repent, that's a change of mind. And then moving forward now, you don't do the things that you used to do. And so then I got baptized so that way you can wash all those sins away. And now we're just, I'm super excited. That's what 2025 is looking like for me. And then, of course, more focus on my day job. Of course, I want to make more money, get into that higher bracket because I'm realizing.
And you're going to be doing an esthetician in Atlanta.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, they did.
Can I ask you a question? Let's say you get a client and they came in, they're not fresh. How are you handling that situation?
What do you mean?
Have you ever had?
So there's baby wipes and things of that nature to clean up. I mean, trust me, I've had experiences.
You had one pop out stank?
No, it's just like a leftover boo boo stain or whatever. Listen,
what?
So you just wax that up and throw it away.
You just wax the shit up?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, Shay, you just spread all type of bacterial germs over there.
No, first of all, you use one stick at a time. So you dip this fresh stick, you put it on, you throw the stick away, and you throw it away.
But you said you waxed it up? I don't...
Listen, you can't just pick it up and throw it away.
Wow.
I'm a whole... When you're in there, when you're down there, you're not looking...
wear a mask?
No, I don't wear a mask.
So you just...
We're just there, okay? I wear gloves, because I'm touching stuff.
You need some more PPP equipment.
Absolutely. But, I have my apron, I have, my gloves, and, hair is back. You're just in there. I'm just looking at the formation of the hairs, where the hairs, get rid of the hairs.
You're looking at the formation of the hairs?
Yeah, because hairs grow in certain directions. So
just like a barber, how he cut?
Yeah, it's a real...
I didn't know.
It's a real technique.
I'm learning.
And so I'm excited because I'm taking... My company's called Cali Waxing and Skincare. So to take that to Atlanta and for them to get a piece of that, I'm excited. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So I feel like when you're going to get a Brazilian wax, that's like a fresh out the shower thing.
It should be.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're not turning them away.
No, I mean, here's the thing. You don't know
until... I'm turning them away.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to set the precedent right now. Don't come here off... You just came out from the gym. I don't want none of that.
You can't tell them...
or maybe we have...
Yeah, there's...
Maybe we have a bathroom. You can go hit over
wipe
there.
yourself.
And you should tell them, even when you coming off the street, even if you just showered, get up in there and...
No, if you just showered, I mean, you just showered.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it really just depends because people will tell you something, but you're not in the shower with them. You don't know.
And a lot of people are nasty.
Yeah, they
A lot
are.
of people do not, they don't have good hygiene regimens.
Right.
And it shows.
It does. It shows. And like I said, she's never came back. So that's why I was like, yeah, the one with the.
What's another bad one you've seen? So no smell.
No, yeah, no one's really smelled bad or anything. Okay. She was just like my one. Like I said, I'm new to the game.
Leftover residue.
Yeah, a little leftover. Like you just didn't wipe it up very good.
Okay.
And I was like, dang,
that's terrible.
So.
You got to come out. You got to come out the shower for
Especially
that.
That's how I feel. That's like when you go to the doctor. You got to get in the shower before you go to the doctor.
Exactly.
You got to come out the shower. Try and go get a Brazilian wax. Though. I feel like that's just
with a nice pair of underwear on.
You're gonna take the underwear off,
but you don't want her to see no bullshit underwear when you pull it off.
First of all, I close the door. I have little things.
Then they come out in the thing, and then okay.
Oh no, I undress in the room.
See?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
you
leave
stripping
the room,
out in front of the girl.
She's going to literally see me in my whole body.
Because there's I have like the little things where you kind of put, and then you can either put it down around the waist or like
I know what you mean. Okay,
but like I said, for a new person,
I don't
know how comfortable. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't be here getting no Brazilian wax if you ain't comfortable.
No, you're right. Step out the room.
Yeah, I step out the room just out of respect. Listen, once we get to a certain situation where I'm down there all the time,
European
then it's
waxing ain't got
girl,
time for that. Take it off.
Right,
you got 15 minutes before the next client comes.
That's how fast they go?
They be fast.
15 minutes. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and how much that cost?
I'm charging $50.
That's it?
It's very low for me right now.
That's what you pay? 50?
I don't know.
No, what do you pay your person?
I don't know. When they're done, I just give them my credit card and charge it. So I don't know.
Yo, that's when you get in money. You ain't
that's
even
not necessarily that. I just feel like.
When you swipe my shit, hold on. Make sure you took what you were supposed to take right. Close the app.
What is the problem with you and cursing? I just want to know why you can't not curse.
That's like 1 for the show.
2, actually.
2? I'm getting better though. See, and this is what. See,
but my thing is, no. Let's talk about this for a second though. If you sat down with somebody and they're like, okay, we got investors in the other room, and they're about to give us $1.5 million. I need you not to curse. Are you gonna curse?
No.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. So, okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Go ahead. What was you saying?
I mean, sometimes we just got to put it on the table so that way we know, once again, that flag. Let's all have a flag to look at and know that this is
vision statement. Addendum.
Because this is a grown man right here. This is a grown man, and he's able to audit himself in other situations. I've seen it.
But if the flag, you're using that example as if there's a $1.5 million deal on the table, put the flag there. I mean,
Michelle, if you called me and you said, Cindy, I need you to do me one favor and one favor only. Don't say the color red on next episode. I'm not gonna say red.
I feel you
because I respect you. Because I respect you.
Okay.
And if that was something that you had a conversation with me about, I would want to respect the relationship enough to give you what you needed. So I could give you what you need.
Okay. However, though, you have to understand how red affects some people compared to others. I'm just hear me out. Because like I said, hear me out.
Hey, I'm gonna say that you've been hearing me. I like it.
I like it.
So
if red is part of one's vocabulary, which we used to play this game called BB Bridges. It's like
remember
you can
that,
say, I love that game. You can't say that with a B. But if you talking to a blood, you feel me, and they like blood, blood, and then it's like, come on, you feel me? Like you gonna lose. So that's what I'm saying. It's like red to you might not be
but I
the way for someone else.
No, for sure. So. And I just don't think that it's something that I have to break down like that.
Absolutely.
If I'm saying don't do it, it's for a reason. Like it literally takes away from all the things that we're trying to do that we've talked about offline.
I know.
And it's like if I have to keep saying it, it's like I just don't understand. Maybe the way my mind works is if I knew that it was something that was an issue, I would just not do it.
No, so then, I said, just put the flag on the table.
But like you say, red and red is two different people. Like I curse.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I curse.
So,
and I feel like as opposed to like the 1 and 2, where it's like, for example, prior it was 50 an episode, right? I feel like when it's 1 and 2, instead of it's like, damn, again, it's like I see you bringing it
yeah, you're
down,
bringing
and
it
I see
down.
you getting it better.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I look
Nah.
at it. And I feel like women do that a
Because
lot.
that's
Like
because
women
I
never
think-
want to be like, I see you.
Yeah,
It's
because our last
Nah,
episode
because-
you did good.
That's what I'm saying.
You
I
did
feel
good.
like from the 50 to 2, I see you.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what it should be
Kobe
to me.
Bryant would tell you try harder.
Okay,
Okay,
Kobe Bryant would
Kobe
be
would've
like,
been like,
yeah,
you need
Kobe
to get
Bryant
up
would
here
have
at
cut you
4
off the
o'clock in the
team.
morning.
Okay, would have
3
cut you off
o'clock
the
in the
team.
morning, get
And that's the
yourself in the
thing. I
gym.
think I hold myself and I hold others to very high standards, and I
You do.
realize that not
You
everybody
do.
holds themselves to those high
And
standards.
she's
So it
accountability
is,
coach. She should
yeah,
be.
like I definitely feel like it is something that is achievable by every single person.
Absolutely.
Especially if there is a goal. But you know what? I realize that I'm locked into the vision more than others. And so
Absolutely.
I see like, okay, this could actually,
Really
do
I know.
something.
We
So
could fly, y'all. We could fly.
You know,
I can't wait.
but
Listen,
it's all good though.
run it back. Run it back.
Scales of emotion.
Let's do it. I'm
So
so
I
excited about this
introduced
topic.
You guys to the scales of emotion. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to look through it, but the scales of emotion are this concept that I like learned in this book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by David R. Hawkins. Such a great book. I feel like this book is going to be one of those books that changed my life. Like after I finish reading it, I'm going to have a new appreciation for life, and I'll be able to see things differently. I'll be able to let go and not care that there's cursing on the pod, right? That's the goal. The goal is to just be able to surrender and be like,
there
nah.
should be no cursing on pod. Just
Okay.
FYI.
But yeah, so
I don't agree with that. You can't. There's no like you curse on a pod and you can't make money.
No, we're not saying that. It's just you're limiting yourself when we could be going to 5 million. There's going to be like half of those millions are people that are going to be like, man, they curse so much. I don't want to watch this. Like,
but there's not no curse so much. And I feel like,
I understand that.
Yeah, I don't see the correlation of like curse words affecting the totality of how far we can go.
So once again, see, what she's going through with that book, I went through with the Bible. And in the Bible, you have to watch your tongue. You have to watch your tongue. You cannot ask for a blessing with a cursed mouth. You cannot do that. So I am moving differently. I don't curse anymore. I don't do it. Period. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that I had to learn, and that's something that I wanted to do. In your case, you're just like, this is how I live and I'm not changing anything. And this is just like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But there are other people. My mom, she doesn't curse. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't like hearing it all the time. That's just my household. When people come to my house, before I open this door, no one can curse. No, you got to turn that off. Do not curse in front of my mama at all, or else you're going to have to go. You feel me? And she going to cook. We're going to have a drink. You feel me? But when she's around, you're not going to curse in front of her out of respect. So, and I was a sailor. You feel me? I got it from my dad. My dad is a, like, it's a whole different household, 2 different households. But,
and I'll add this too, and I think maybe this is probably a selfish reason, but I want to actually be able to put this on around my kids. I want to be able to go in spaces and share this and feel like, proud about it. What mommy's doing. I can't do that. That's just the reality. I work in a profession where I'm constantly under scrutiny. My son is always, when I'm editing or when I'm watching a video, he want to come up right behind me. I got to have my headphones on because it just is what it is, right? And so if I get to my network is very big. Right. And I want to be able to leverage my network, but I also want to be proud of the work that I'm putting out, and not that cursing, because I curse. Right. I curse in my everyday life. I've been on the phone with you. I've cursed, but I guess I'm a professional. I know when to turn it off, and I know the amount of investment that's going into this. I think it is a small sacrifice for the overall goal.
Exactly.
And I think that we all have the capacity to do it. It's not like I'm asking something that I
cool.
think is,
I think I'm awesome.
You are awesome.
I don't have to curse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you're great. You don't have to curse. It doesn't.
But he wants to curse.
I don't say, and it's not want to curse. It's how I talk.
No, I know.
So it's not like.
That's because that's what you want. You want to talk like that.
Sure. But again, that's how I talk. So even with the limiting of it, I'm thinking consistently of, you know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about something and I'm, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something come out. But I get
crazy. Well, The Scales of Emotion by this author here.
The scales of emotion refer to the essential abilities we use to understand, manage, and respond to our feelings in a healthy, and constructive way. These skills include recognizing and naming emotions, regulating how we express them, and using them to guide thoughtful decision making rather than letting them control us. They also involve empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, and building emotional resilience to navigate challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Developing these skills helps us cultivate better relationships, maintain mental clarity, and create more fulfilling lives.
It's like a range of low energy emotions to high energy emotions. And I thought this concept was so dope because as I was reading it, I was like, dang, like there are a lot of emotions on the higher level that I identify with, but there are some that I identify with in certain situations on the lower half of the scale. So I gave you guys a list. Mache, when you first read the list, what were like the first 2 or 3 that popped out at you that like, ooh, I identify with that? Like those are kind of the scales of emotion that I fall into.
I want to say, which one was 500? Was that the
love?
Okay,
and you know it got to start with a 5.
You're right. I love the 500 because that is something that I fall into a lot. Like I say love a lot. Like, and sometimes I feel like maybe I use it too much.
I definitely be using it too much.
Right, but
you don't mean it.
No, it's not that. But it's like, you know what? I'm a more happy person. Like I'm more on the happy side. I'm very optimistic. So I feel like at this point, I feel like people should hear like, wow, I really love that. Like that looks like, you know what I mean? Like it just gives like good energy, like good vibes. Yes. You know what I mean? So
and that transfers. Right,
it does.
Like
it really,
when you
really
say
does.
when you bring that energy to a situation or a conversation, it literally transfers.
Right.
There are times when somebody, I'll give you an example. It's actually a waxing example. This was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was close to New Year's, and I went in, and the waxer's name was Bree. She doesn't live in California anymore, but when I walked in, her energy, like the way she looked, like she was tired. She wanted to be out of there, and I was pregnant. I was just like, okay, like she looked like she was tender. I was like, she looked like she had a bad mood. So I lay down, and I just get to chopping it up with her, like just talking, asking her questions, how long you been here, and she opens up and she's like, man, I've just had a really, really long day. Her and her boyfriend were going through it. And by the end of that conversation, we had shared so much about each other that like I felt like she was my friend, low-key, even though she wasn't. I tipped her $100 just off of that interaction. And we became really, really close friends. And it wasn't like, I'm not going to do that every time I go get a wax, obviously. But I was able to come into that situation and through my energy, change her energy. And it was just so like kinetic, like, and I really felt like I did a good one by not allowing her energy to affect my energy, and then we in there, you waxing me, and you know we in a bad situation. So I think energy is important, and we're all energetic beings. Like even if you don't say anything, you can walk into a room and see if somebody's energy's off.
Absolutely.
So you said love, and which other ones?
I love the neutral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neutrality, which is at 250.
Right, which is at 250. And then anger really kind of, because I love how some people can get angry and that's your motivation. I read that in there and I was like, wow, like, okay,
sure.
I can see the lower emotions. I've been there before, but I've never stayed down there ever. For that long ever. Like I'll go through a period where I'm like, oh, you know, like even when I'm bored or just sitting around not doing anything, like I'm never like depressed or like, you know what I mean? Not in that mode. But that anger one, I've
like that
been
fire.
Where it's like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm mad that this situation happened, but it's like, we're going to have to figure something out because I can't sit like this. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to make moves. And that's literally, I feel like a lot of people call that not like the give up moment, but you know, you get pushed up against the wall, you get angry, and then it's time to check out. But that's how you move from point A to point B.
Yeah, that's the catalyst.
Right, exactly.
It gotta be sometimes.
Because when I tell you I was angry at my baby daddy for a cool minute, it took me so long to not look at him and be like, oh, I can't stand you, like that anger.
So your anger is more, you use it for motivation?
Absolutely. I saw that, yeah.
What were you angry at him about?
Because I expected so much from him.
Mhm.
You
Them
know, I put
expectations,
that
boy.
That's why
expectation.
They
you
be
always
having
get
me in a
let down.
Man,
chokehold.
exactly.
Woo.
So I
That's
was
one
like,
thing I need
bruh,
to get rid
and
of.
I was like, I felt like you sold me this dream. You never
Did he?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because
But
you didn't
then
fall through.
you sold you the, but were you seeing,
Am I
no,
seeing?
like when he sold you the dream? Because I feel like
Yeah.
people can't really sell me too much of nothing because
Which
I'm
is
looking at what's going
which is
on.
why I said I take accountability for not paying attention, because I was so head over heels in love with you, and I did not see. And I told him this in our conversation. I said, maybe we're not as compatible as I thought we were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm an extrovert. He's an introvert. I don't know if that's the proper term I'm saying, but
Introvert.
you know, we fell in love. You know, I loved that man and I loved him for who he was. But he knew that I traveled. He knew that I was a butterfly, social butterfly. So it's like, are we going to meet in the middle, or are you just
Did he
going to
ever
leave me
try and dim
hanging?
that light, that social butterfly light?
Yes, absolutely.
Was it
I
love
see.
in accordance with
see.
how it's written here, or was it a different type of love?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Can I read the definition of love
Go
for
ahead,
you, though?
read it.
Because the definition of love in my mind before I read this,
Absolutely.
I definitely was like, all right, I don't know. Okay, so love it's a 500 on the scale of emotion. It's a way of being that is forgiving, nurturing, and supportive. It does not proceed from the mind, rather it emanates from the heart. Love focuses on the essence of a situation, not the details. It deals with wholeness, not particulars. As perception is replaced with vision, it takes no position and sees the intrinsic value and lovability of all that exists. Was that the type of love that you had for him, or was
That's
it
head
some?
over heels.
Right.
'Cause, man.
And let me tell you, can I be honest with you? I still love this man.
Of course
Like
you
I
do.
do. So partial
But
of
as
that,
like your father of your child, though, not like in love.
you know, I'm not in love with him, but I do love him
Mhm.
because, like I said, yes, he is the father of my child, and I want to see him succeed. I want to see him,
We always
and I
do.
love all of him,
Mm-hmm.
even his horrible parts. You know, or to me that I feel like is not heightened. You know what I mean? Like I want that to be on a higher level. Because like I said, when it all boils down to it, he is around every day and I can still see him. I can
Mhm.
still deal with him. I can still love him. You
Yeah,
know
for
what I mean?
sure.
But am I in love with him? No.
Mhm.
Can
I'm
you
not.
get back there?
He would have to like sweep me off my feet with things that he would
He did
do.
one time before.
No, he would have to do things that he did not do before. You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? So that's where, you know.
Yeah. In that vein, right? I love that my children get their dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love to see that. Like,
I know.
there's something that is parenting from a mother and a father is so different. Like, I see it, I observe it, and
is.
when I see my sons with their father, it's like, ooh, it's a joy that I can't really explain because it's just they need that. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. It's just so
absolutely.
it's different than the way I love them. Like I love them very differently than the way he loves them. But I love to see that love. Like that
Mhm.
love I feel like is one of the most important
I
because
know.
that's where their identity to a large extent is going to come from.
Mhm.
So when they're playing together or they're just being boys, it's just I'm like, cool, I'm over here. You guys do what you
Handle
want
your
to do.
thing.
It's just good. I love that. So that's why one of the reasons why I encouraged you to have a conversation with no expectation, because you know those expectations be having us in a chokehold. That is something that I actively want to. And when I was younger, I didn't have any expectations for anybody. And I think the older you get, you develop expectations because time is very expensive. Like I don't have time to be wasting, right? And so you build
Right.
all of these unspoken expectations and usually you get let down. And then that's what, you get let down and that turns into like I don't know if I would say it turns into resentment. Was that
It
fair?
can.
It turns
It
into
can.
resentment. It turns
most
into
certainly
like
can. It most certainly can.
it just and I want to do away with that at all
And that's
costs.
exactly why I opened the door to move. I don't want my son to resent me.
Yes, that's a
Like, oh,
big
you
one.
pulled me away
But
from my
how
dad and so forth and
was
so
that?
forth.
Hold on, I didn't pull you away from nothing. There was a better opportunity for us to live a
Yeah,
better
but
life.
Yeah, but
Nah,
you
I don't
don't
want
get
to hear
to
none of that.
a child's
you
not
don't
going to
get to
really understand that
He'll
yeah.
in that
understand it when he's
moment.
older.
Absolutely, yes, when he's older.
But
And
he's
I think you're
also might
doing
resent you even if you took me somewhere that was better. I want to be around my daddy.
But you letting the dad come. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
exactly,
cool. That's why.
That's
exactly,
That's
love.
why
right.
she's in a good
That's
situation.
mhm.
If it pans
Is he
out that
gonna
way.
come?
Yeah, he actually said that he was looking
Yeah.
for jobs in Atlanta.
Come on,
Yeah.
Aunt.
And that's why I'm telling you, Michelle, it wasn't. It
Come
was.
on, Aunt.
It was never. It was never have the conversation because you guys got to be back together.
No, I know.
It was never that. I just have to let the record reflect.
That's why I
Y'all
did
was
it.
trying to.
No,
I
that's
said
why I
just
did it.
have a conversation.
And that is exactly why
Because
I did it.
So
And
when they-
as
conversations-
soon as I had that conversation, what I do? I called you.
And you a real one for that.
Yeah.
I'm
and I
telling
let
you,
know.
man.
I said, hey, I followed up. I told you, I'm
going
going to do
places.
it. I'm
You
going to do
going
it.
places.
And I thanked her for that because
She
that's
did.
what friends do.
You're a real one for that.
Yeah.
That literally
You a real
was the
one for that.
I am. I am.
I feel
that
like-
was the first thing that I heard. I don't know. It was early in the morning when you sent that.
Yeah.
I smiled for like 30 minutes after that.
30?
Bright, yeah, Bright came in. I was just happy because I was like,
Like,
it's
she did it,
one
and she had the
thing to
conversation.
I literally said it from a good place, not because I'm
know,
trying to
I
get
know.
you guys back together, but
I know.
every time I'm on the phone with this girl, this man is there, coming or leaving, and I think that is so healthy. It's so healthy. What would it hurt to just to have a conversation, just to see where his mind is at? Not because we're gonna do anything with it, but
Right.
let's just have a conversation. And I'm sure he left that conversation feeling seen
Let me tell
and feeling
you,
heard in a way that he probably has
was
never
like,
felt.
I don't want. He's like, I want to continue on with this conversation. He was
tell
like,
you.
we're gonna circle back, and I was like,
telling
I'm
you.
The catalyst?
fine with that.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Because another emotion in there is peace. Another emotion in there is joy. Those were the top ones on the list. And I can relate because that is what God strives for us to have is joy and peace. And he says in the Bible, Jesus says the only way you can really get that is through him, Jesus Christ. So when the world falls apart, you know what I mean? When it's this, that, and the third, you have to be able to say, God got me, and I'm really
He
going
always
to like put my life in his hands. And people don't understand that God does not see death the way how we see death. He says, you know what? If you're a good servant of mine and you've been loyal to me the way how I've been loyal to you,
You'll have eternal
you're
life.
coming into rest.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with this world anymore. You're coming into rest. And this is eternal.
No, yeah,
We're talking
eternal.
about the eternal life, right? If you believe in that, you're either going to be in eternal hell or you're going to be in eternal heaven. So, where do you lie is the decisions in the life that you lived on this earth.
Yeah.
So
That's deep.
that peace.
That we're all striving for.
And it says that no human can even it's rare in the human realm because
Peace is a 600. It says,
right.
This is experienced as perfection, bliss, effortlessness, and oneness. It is a state of non-duality, beyond separateness, and beyond the intellect, as in the peace that passeth all understanding. It is described as illumination and enlightenment. It is rare in the human realm. But we're all striving for it.
We're all striving
for peace, but we probably won't get there.
But
I settle
the
with
fact
with
that
some
it
joy.
says that it is rare in the human realm means you need Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You need the spiritual
part of it, for sure.
You have to. That's the only way you're going to get there.
For sure. Okay, what about you, E? When you read these, did any of them jump out at you as ones that you identified with?
Yes. Acceptance.
Okay, let's read that one. Acceptance is a good one too.
It is a good one.
So this energy is easygoing, laid back, harmonious, flexible, inclusive, and free of inner resistance. Life is good. You and I are good. I feel connected. It meets life on life's terms. There's no need to blame others or blame life.
I concur. Yeah, acceptance was one that jumped out for me. Guilt was, but in the whatever I don't know what you would call the little notes you put. I don't like the last part, or at least for me, that where it says like you self-sabotage because of the guilt.
But
so that's
happens.
the abridged. Yeah, it does. But that's the
does.
abridged version. So I'll read you the one in the book. Guilt is a 30. It's kind of low. But we're going to read it anyway. In this energy field, one wants to punish and be punished. It leads to self-rejection, machismo. I think that's like machismo, remorse, feeling bad, and self-sabotage. It's all my fault. accident proneness, suicidal behavior, and projection of self-hatred onto self-hatred onto evil, others, and common. It is the basis of many psychomatic illnesses.
See, I don't. Nah, for me, I didn't. That's what I'm saying.
You read it. You just
No, but what I'm.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
For me, guilt is just you wish you could have done things differently in certain situations.
Like in your
prior,
past.
yeah. But like I say, for me, it's not no self-doubt. I don't want to hurt. That's a future.
When I meant like currently today when you read it, is there anything that jumped out at you?
Acceptance for sure.
Okay.
Guilt was something I guess. Okay.
Your past.
Yeah.
Right.
I liked pride.
Okay.
But can we go back to the guilt and the acceptance, which is very interesting because I think that once you release guilt,
then
it ties into the acceptance because now you're accepting like, okay, you know what? I did mess up in the past and you have to release the guilt. Those who stay in the guilt, all that other stuff
happens.
It follows with because now you're doing self-sabotage like, oh, I'm never going to get this because I lost this and that was like my past and I was guilty for doing that. Like it's like getting, a felon.
Yeah.
When you have a felony on you, trying to get a job, it's like you've been guilty before, you were found guilty. Okay, but that was in my past. Like I'm trying to move on forward. And now y'all like still sabotaging me for something that I did in the past, which we got to work on that. Like, I don't know who does that, but yeah.
Well, now I know that in California, you don't have to put on they'll ask you, but you don't got to answer it yet.
Bet.
And they can't hold it against you. You can say
because we got to stop that.
Like, did you say pride?
And then pride. But also the ones that really popped out for sure was joy, peace, and enlightenment. Because like joy, like I'm just trying to be happy. I ain't got time to be fussing and fighting and bickering.
But joy
with
is
anyone.
That's a continual thing.
Yeah,
like
continual thing.
Happiness is a weight of sad. Like it counters sad. Like you can,
they're like juxtaposed to each other.
Right, exactly. Whereas joy, to be joyful, that's another tie
joyful,
to joyful Lord.
What movie that's from?
Sister Act 1 and 2. Come on, run with it. Oh, actually, really 2.
It's 2.
It's 2. Yeah.
Wait, can I? Okay, so you said I want to read pie, but I also want to read joy. So joy first is 540. Love that is unconditional and unchanging, despite circumstances and actions of others. The world is illuminated by exquisite beauty, which is seen in all things. The perfection of creation is self-evident. There is closeness to unity and discovery of self, compassion for all, enormous patience, the feeling of that oneness with others, and a concern for their happiness. A sense of self-completion and self-sufficiency prevails. And then pride. My way is the best way, says this level. It focuses in achievement, desire for recognition, specialness, and perfectionism. It feels better than and superior to others.
Do you feel like that applies though?
To you?
No, to because I feel like when I say pride, it could be pride in your work. It could be pride in just
the concept of pride.
That's what that is, and it's crazy because in the
so?
Bible, you should not be prideful.
Please?
You should not be.
My
prideful.
way is the best way, says this level. It focuses in achievement, so your work,
right?
What you've achieved.
But my way is the best way. I don't feel like that.
That's what pride is, though.
That's what pride
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's in the Bible says not to be prideful because you're just like how you said, my way is the best way. When God is telling you it's God's way, God's will, God's way. If you can set your pride aside and do what God is telling you what your purpose is, then you feel me? All of that takes a back seat.
I think you told me the quote, everything you want is on the other side of your pride.
I didn't come up with that, but
No,
I probably
but
said,
you, I heard it from you.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like, whoa.
Yeah,
that's
true though.
No, that's
yeah,
true.
it's very, very true.
It's really, really true.
It's true. Because
And,
you gotta bend a little. You gotta compromise.
No,
and,
that's what I'm saying.
And pride definitely will definitely take you there.
The things that jumped out at me when I first read this, man, I was stuck for a second. You got a question? Yes.
This is the book, right?
Yeah.
Bet. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like everybody should read this
book.
book.
Okay, bet.
This book is fire.
And some of that shit you've been reading, I'm like, hold on.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I'm trying to take us somewhere. You gonna let me drive? Is you gonna let me drive?
I'm gonna let you quarterback
Is you gonna let me drive? I'm just saying, because I'm trying to say, like, Can I? Let me get right, because I know what I'm doing.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
Okay, so the things that jumped out at me when I first read this, and I was stuck for a little bit. So love immediately jumped out at me, but there was a caveat to it, because when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, like I definitely feel I resonate with this level, but the problem is that I need to get to the point where I'm this without expecting it in return from others.
Absolutely.
Because this, when I do a lot of this, and then I don't get it back.
Expect it back.
And then I'm just like,
right. And then that's when I have piggybacked
yeah,
on
I'm just like, hold on.
Right.
This is not for everybody.
It's not. But
this is not for everybody. I can't love everybody because, and not to say that everybody's not worthy of love, but I do think that love, like the way that it's written here,
it's a hard feat. So we could take it back into the Bible. Matthew's chapter 5, it says that you should love your enemies.
Yeah.
Love your enemies. Instead of cursing them, you need to bless them.
You do that?
Absolutely.
But you ain't got no enemies.
I don't, because I have
ain't got no enemies
listen,
either.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
Like,
not no more.
Forgive.
Okay, well,
so that way
differently.
God can forgive you. You have to forgive.
I'm big on forgiveness for sure.
Because
like,
so
I got a heart of
with that being said, like
for sure.
Oh yeah.
I want to go to. I listen.
That's how I feel.
I ain't got time to be.
Man, because listen, when you harbor hate or ill will for people, that weighs you down.
It does.
And I didn't understand that till 3 years into my sentence.
Man,
it does.
I didn't understand
Let me
that.
tell you something.
That only affects you.
And the crazy part about it, like I'll be in conversations with certain people and they'll just be lamenting about something. And I'm just like, you can't even change that. Like imagine you spending 30 minutes of your life lamenting about something that you can't change. Let that thing go.
Let it go.
Like let it go. Go to sleep. I don't have time. Like literally
72-hour rule. Sleep on it for 24 hours, it won't feel that bad in the morning.
That's true.
Give it 48, won't feel that bad some more. 72, you don't even care.
And you can't even trust your emotions when you're in that state. When you're angry, you can't. Like you can't.
You see how low them numbers is.
Yeah, you can't even trust your decision making in those scenarios.
Yeah.
But I feel like, like I don't have time. Like I understand very intimately that this life is going to end. You don't know when it's going to end. I don't know when it's going to end.
Sure
so
don't.
every day above ground is a good day. And I'm literally starting there. So as I get up and I'm going throughout my day, I got a lot of stuff going on. I don't have time or energy to give to anything that's going to take away from the time that I have. So you tripping? Okay, cool. I just won't talk to you today.
Exactly.
You got a bad attitude? I'm
I
just
love
ignore
how
you today.
easily you're able to do that. I'd be still kind of upset and angry about stuff.
Yeah, no,
and you'd
because
be like,
the thing,
Just
you
let
know
it go.
the reason
Just let it
why
go.
though is because like nobody gets out of this alive. Nobody.
Exactly.
So imagine you being so arrogant to think that I'm just going to spend this whole day being mad at this person about something that they did. They probably living their life, not worried about you.
Not
worried about you.
That's the one.
And then you didn't literally you just gave away 24 hours of the life you don't know how long you have left. Can you imagine that?
That's a great way to put it.
Can you imagine that?
That's a great way to
Because
put
let me tell you, and then here's another thing. I've learned too that think about me. Like, I want you to think about me because I'm not thinking about you. Like a lot of people fail to realize, like, or at least for me, I love the thought of me not thinking about you, but you thinking about me.
Man.
Like that puts me, not saying that I should be on a higher, but that puts me on a higher.
And in some scenarios though, that's love because I want my name mentioned in rooms I'm not even in a good way. Obviously, but even if y'all talking smack about me,
exactly,
that's okay.
Right?
That's okay too.
Somebody's not
listen.
Right,
steady
but
me.
What did it for me was when I realized what you said. Like they're not even worried about you.
They not.
You the one over here,
a lot of
tight chest hurting.
You know tight chest. And I know that feeling when you be like,
that's what did it for me. Like they don't even care what you're going through. You're the one dealing with this and messing up your 24 hours, like you said.
Yep. And that's how I be feeling about road rage. Can you imagine you on the road? No, don't say A.
No, for real. No, because see, I don't pay attention to people.
People just be driving, minding their business. Maybe I don't know, they're absent-minded, they get over, they don't look, and now you over here, blood pressure raising through the roof.
honking, carrying on.
looking. You want to look in their mirror to see, look in their window to see if they looking at you.
Let me
Come
tell
on,
you,
man.
I done passed. Listen,
I keep my head straight intentionally. You ain't
I'm gone. Like I'm gonna let you sit back there and be mad. Like,
because I got places to go.
I got places to go.
Okay,
This is what I'm saying. You hunking and I could care less.
Yeah,
like,
half the time I'm late to where I'm going anyway, so I ain't got time to be worried about you.
Exactly.
Get out my way.
And I'm not here playing games. Like if you want to fly past me, handle your business.
And my thing
like
is, nobody owns the road.
Right? It's not yours.
You don't own it. You don't own it.
Because if it was up to me,
so somebody cuts you off on a road you don't own. How you mad?
All these potholes would be filled if it were mine.
Man.
Okay. Like
somebody was complaining to me about taxes. I said, listen, I don't care. I just don't care because I'm gonna pay them. So
listen,
I'm
same
gonna pay
thing.
them. So I mean, if you're not gonna pay them,
inflation
cool.
goes up. I still
them.
need milk. I still need eggs. I'm gonna buy that stuff no matter what. Exactly, gas, everything.
I remember what
kind
of calmed my road rage is I made a mistake one day, and somebody was like honking at you. I'm like, damn, bro, I just made a mistake.
Can I live?
Like that, bro, I wasn't trying to do nothing crazy. I made a mistake. Then I thought, well, people make mistakes when they cut you off
that's
too.
What I'm saying.
So yeah, that's
you
what.
just gotta chill out.
Right.
It's
we're
not
all
that serious.
in this together. People
as
understand
long as
we're
you ain't
all
crash your
then
wheel,
what you
together.
must always keep in mind. 30 to 90 seconds can change your life forever.
Forever.
Your life, your family's life, your children's life, that person, so you just kick back.
And that's the thing that be tripping me out, because I'm be like, okay, here's the thing. Like, imagine you get on the road, just you trying to go to the grocery store or you trying to go to Target or something, and somebody just literally can't control their emotions.
I know.
Take it out on you. And something happens to you. Now your child who's waiting at home for you to come back with them snacks that you promised them ain't gonna get them, and they not gonna get you. You know how stupid that is?
I know.
Like when y'all could just relax. Like it's not that serious. It's literally not that serious. Really like I want to get home to my kids every night. So when people be doing crazy stuff on the road, I be slowing down. Let me get beside you playing, because you tripping. Let me go ahead, go ahead, get about here. You got it.
Right.
You got it.
And like people, I will never forget when I used to have a BMW coupe. And, you know, like, people just, like, pull up on the side of me, like, okay, let's race. I'm like, I ain't about to race you. Bro, like, get out of here. Right. Like, we already know. In my head, I won. I don't need to race you. Because you want to race me
and
for a
half the
reason.
time, I got my music so loud, I'm not even looking about you.
I can't even hear no sirens coming.
I don't know what's going on. Bryson Tiller in the background, I'm singing my heart out. I don't know what's going on.
Which CD?
Super having.
What's his best CD?
It's always the first album.
Chop Soul.
It's always the first album.
Wait, but
everybody's first albums is classics.
No, that's not.
To me.
That's not true. But wait, I feel like I can't say that because I have a collection of Bryson Tiller songs. Like all of his songs are on one, and it just depends on my mood. Like in the summertime, I was heavy on his most recent album. I might go back to Trap Soul. Right now, I'm listening to the songs I'm listening to. Blame, I love that. Let Me Explain with Sean. What's his name? Big Sean featured.
Open interlude. Can you play back to front?
I can play all of them.
With no skits?
All of them.
Nah.
But have you listened to all of them?
No.
So how are you making an assessment?
I've listened to songs on all of them. Anytime Bryson drops, I'm checking it out.
So you've listened to Anniversary front to back?
No, I mean snippets of the songs, and I like this one. I like this one.
You can't comment on something that you haven't experienced.
So every CD you listen to front to back when you get it? Okay. I don't know. That's how you consume music
there's
too?
only when I get in anybody's,
because I want to see the
yeah.
I give you about a minute and 30. And if you don't, let me skip this one. Well, but I have come back and found like, damn, I missed that.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. You have to. You have to run it. You have to run it.
And it depends on where you are in life too. Because like I'll be listening to certain songs and I'll listen to it like some songs he got right now, I'm listening to it and I'm like, man, you was in your bag with this one. You was in your bag with this one. I didn't give it a lot of attention 2 years ago, but I got you now. You on rotation. Bryson can always get played in the car.
He drop, I'm trying to see what he's talking about.
Y'all got Let Me Explain, Blame. What's the other one? He been heavy, like at the gym. Ooh, we gonna get skinny to Bryson.
Doechii?
I've heard of her.
I've heard of her.
She got bars.
Does she?
She raps. Like, I just heard of her and I'm like, she been out though. Like
I seen something canceled.
You probably saw the Flog Dog thing she did, or her Tiny Desk.
I think it was a Tiny Desk.
Okay. Yeah, she get busy.
I love it.
I'm messing with Doechii right
Bryson.
now. Bryson
need another one.
We need a 10-year anniversary Trap Soul tour.
Listen, we're outside 2025, so I need you to give me a little bit of
Yeah, because I'm heavy
I need
on
some
the
slow
R&B,
joints. I need some
like,
fast joints.
yeah.
I need some joints I could put in the car and ride to.
Well, he can't do the 10-year anymore
Because
because next year, yeah.
But we can get another album though. We can get another album though.
Oh,
I
for
definitely
sure,
want
for
that.
sure.
Please.
I like how he lives his life too.
How does he live his life?
Just be chilling and out the way. He's a
Mhm.
star, but you don't see him nowhere. He be with his girl and his daughter.
That's
You know what I'm
what's
saying? So I like how he lived. He ain't
I
let
like
the
that.
fame really twist him down.
Yeah.
That's that Louisville, Kentucky in him.
Yeah.
But wait,
I
can we
didn't
talk
think you
about
guys could go to your
people
phone.
who feel like they have like privileges on like celebrities?
Oh, okay. I
mostly?
was like, where you going with
Yeah,
that?
I'm like-
Hold on.
Because I just
What kind of privileges you talking about?
Okay, so Karen's case, we have a
The girl who got the
woman-
DUI?
Yes, so
She
we
was
have
drinking and
a
driving?
housewives of Potomac, and I'm realizing like we've all know this, but like a lot of celebrities or even people who aren't even like they like B, C list celebrities,
Mm-hmm.
they just feel like they are so entitled and above the law. Like,
Well, money makes you feel like that
I
because
unders-
in a lot of cases you can pay your way out of things.
I know, but here's the thing, you know.
Let me ask you this though.
Hmm.
Real question. If you had money and you got into a sticky situation, are you gonna try to use your money and your whatever it is that you have to try to get out of the situation?
I mean, here's the thing: when you're wrong,
No, you
you're,
gotta answer the
you're
question.
I don't like when people. I don't hate when people do
notoriety
that.
to get out of the situation?
Let me just get this gripe off.
And the answer is yes.
Let me get this gripe off.
You would. Yeah, you would. I would. If I was rich and famous and I got pulled over for DUI, hey, you know who I am, sir? You see me?
I can't.
Yeah.
Hey, and she pulled that same line. Do you know who I am?
Yeah,
Do
fuck
you
with
know
me.
who I am?
Because you
And
might
I'm
get a
like,
cop who likes
bruh,
you. or
you're
your
Karen
personality.
Huger from
I feel like the best
Housewives.
thing to do
Like,
is just
Get your gripe off though.
my gripe is this, like, and maybe this is something we can collectively work on. When somebody asks a question,
answer it.
answer the question first,
And
elaborate
then-
second.
Okay, fine.
You know why though? Because if I got 2 minutes and you got to tell me something really important.
The person that didn't want to answer my question
So look, I feel like
What question did you ask me that I didn't want to answer?
earlier, when you was like, see.
answered it.
I know you did,
And I answered it in one
but
fell
it took
swoop.
a lot out of you. We
Well,
have to
the
go
only
through a
reason
whole
why
situation.
it got that is because I feel like I have to give you the disclaimer ahead of time. Like,
Okay.
don't mention this on the pod because context does matter. And there are people in my lives who I may give snippets of conversation. And if they watch this and piece it together, they're going to know that I'm talking about them. So that's why I did all that theatrics.
Okay. There was, okay. All right. My answer would be, no, I wouldn't use my money.
You going to take the ticket for sure?
Yeah, take the ticket.
No.
Because I got money to pay for it. So we're just going to take the ticket. And here's the thing. I've been to jail. Did you serve time too? Listen.
You been to
so-
jail?
Yeah, I've been to
You
jail
didn't
for
know?
traffic tickets.
What?
Yes. I
Break
was
it
in there.
down.
Listen, I was in there they gave me 5 days. And when I tell you I was in there for the whole week, went in on a Tuesday, came out on Monday.
Traffic tickets?
Over
you
traffic
don't-
tickets,
They don't do
bruh.
that no more though.
Listen.
But that used to be a thing. They would tell you sometimes, like you owe $3,000. You want to go
And
to jail for a week.
Right. And
and
I'm
we'll clear your
like,
debt.
run.
Oh, so that was your situation?
Run the 5 days.
How much did you owe?
It was like a couple of racks. I was like, I'm not doing that.
5 days?
5 days.
How was it?
It was interesting.
How was it?
It was interesting. Listen, I
'Cause men
worked.
and women have different
yeah.
experiences.
Mine was cool. Like I actually knew someone that was in there, like a female.
helps.
Yeah, it helps.
That
It
helps.
helps. And then I worked in the kitchen, so I was eating really good. Like,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
I
So-
was a trustee.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They trust you. You
I
were
had
in
the
green
white
jumpsuit,
suits.
white one. Okay.
Mine was all white.
Gave you
'cause,
some
listen.
some
But when moms
responsibilities.
pulled up to visit me, I was like, that's when the tears started rolling. And then like she was just let me tell you, the detention officers are worse than the inmates. Okay.
You didn't
They're
have any
rude.
altercations?
No, people loved me.
Okay. You do make friends fast.
I do. I told
Okay.
you know.
I didn't know you. Okay.
And I braided hair, so I was braiding all the girls' hair.
Okay.
Like I was French braiding them up. You feel me?
We didn't.
Listen,
Get caught drinking and driving, they gonna take you in.
I mean,
Regardless.
but I'm
Only
saying,
because
however, though,
even more so, like, look who we grabbed.
Not even that.
Not
you
really.
can't.
Honestly,
you,
if
you
you're
drinking
going
and
to jail,
driving.
I'm pretty
let me
sure
tell
they
you,
letting-
if you show some type of remorse or some type of humble
They still take you in
yourself,
for drinking and
that's
driving.
fine.
though.
That's fine.
But if you get like, let's say you don't got no registration.
listen,
if you're nice,
she had like 8 charges, bro. Like it was like
no. What I'm saying is, I do like to your point. How you interact with the officer matters.
It does
when
matter.
They pull you over. Because remember, if we look at it from their perspective, this is their job. It's something that they have to do. So they're just doing what they got to do.
That's what I'm saying, sir. I'm sorry. Take me in. I apologize.
No, I'm never doing that.
Listen,
I'm never
drunk.
putting my hands
Here's
out
the thing.
with the cuffs.
You gotta own your stuff,
But I'm not about
though.
to take me. No. You gotta
listen. And who knows? He might just be like, oh, you know what? Just call. You got someone that you call to pick you up. Like, you feel me? You just don't know. If you just own your stuff, humble yourself, and act like you got some sense, they might just let you go.
I remember when there was that time period of like black males getting pulled over and getting accosted, whether shot, choked, whatever.
Yes.
And my mom asked me, like, you're not scared? And I'm like, no, because when police pull me over, I'm not giving no static. I'm not tripping. I'm not, why you pull me over?
Right.
I'm not doing none of that. So I feel like my energy, they not coming to me with no aggressiveness because I'm not aggressive to them. You pulled me over, I probably was speeding already or whatever you're pulling me over for.
Thank you.
So and especially since I know the climate of what's going on, right? Is license, registration, here you go. Ticket,
and don't be talking so much.
I don't do no talking, number one,
I'm
because
not answering
anything
no questions you ain't asked.
I'm not doing none of that. What you pulled me over for? You were speeding. That's what you said.
I'm not even asking it. Look, come on, get to what's up. I ain't go. What you mean? You pulled me over.
First.
You pulled me over.
Tell me what I did wrong, sir.
Yeah, like I'm roll the window down. Good evening, officer.
Yeah, but I wasn't giving no static. I'm respectful, so I never was in fear that they would come at me like that. You know what I'm saying?
And I've had a few police officers that are cool, and not
all the police officers that ever pulled me over was cool.
I've had some that tell me, "Hey, I like to teach rather than ticket. Slow it down, baby."
Like my dad taught me how to do that.
Yo, and listen, and it's so crazy. Like not speaking to your parents about things out of fear. I remember I got a ticket going 104. Right. And I was in my mom's car. And I'm like, man, if I tell her I was doing that, like I'm never getting a whip and I'm never going nowhere. Right. So I go through the whole thing on my own and end up having to pay $1,500 for the ticket. Right. And after I paid it, I felt comfortable to speak about it because I took care of the situation. Right. So when I told her, she's like, well, why did you do that? You could have done this and this and maybe not had to pay.
Right.
Right. So had I come to my mother before, she would have been upset. Right. But she would have gave me the game. Yeah, she's not going to let me. So, man, this is the importance, children, adolescents, if you're watching, speak to
They're
your
not
parents.
watching. You're not watching, but go ahead.
Well, if you ever watch, speak to your parents, man. I
if
learned,
we eliminate the curse words, they will watch.
They're like, you can't show these to the kids. They be telling us no, shocking content. Every time I upload shocking content, I be like, come on, we can't. Okay.
That's what it said?
Yes. Trying to tell you something. No, but I'm becoming a student of the platform. So there's this book that I was audio book that I'm reading. No. Knowledge is power, man. Y'all better do something about it. So the book is called, and I actually got this recommendation on Threads. Follow me on Threads, guys. That's the platform that I really love Threads. If you're on Threads, follow me on Threads at Only City. Tap in with me, man. I really love that platform.
Hold on. Let me ask you some questions. You'd rather Thread than Twitter than tweet?
Absolutely. Categorically.
What do you like about it?
I love that it has the voice note thing. I know Twitter has that as well, but one, I like that you can post multiple threads. So I can put a thought and I can build upon that thought, right? Oh, okay. As opposed to I can only write one tweet that's 50 characters, let's say. So I can have long form kind of like thoughts. I like that I can respond to people's comments with a voice note and it automatically transcribes it. So if they don't want to listen to my voice, they can actually read that.
I like
That's
that feature
dope.
For sure.
And I just feel like it's a newer platform and they're trying to obviously get people on the platform. And it's just love over there. Like I be having some bomb conversations with people on Threads. Bro.
For real?
Follow me on Threads. Follow me on Threads. Put the my little link right here.
I have a Threads account, but I don't really use it. I wasn't a Twitter guy either, though.
I'm not
the tweet and I don't be trying to do all that.
But I'm an intellectual though. I be really getting into conversations with people.
But what I'm saying is, I just don't like to be interacting with people like that.
Yeah, because you're not social.
You don't think I'm social? Hold on, time out.
You by your own admission said you don't be trying to get into mix with people.
But you don't. But from what you know of me, you don't think I'm a social person?
You are a social like you can be a social person.
You can warm
absolutely.
up.
I don't see like that's a problem for you.
Yeah, you can warm up.
It's just, I'm sure you're better with the opposite sex than you are with,
same sex.
Right, same sex. I think men are just different like that, but like you ain't shy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean nobody's saying shy.
But she said you warm up.
You warm up. No, you
But I didn't know Threads was popping like that.
And when they monetize me, don't listen.
And you say LinkedIn popping too. You love LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is popping. If you're a professional, you should definitely be on LinkedIn.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should definitely be on LinkedIn for sure.
Oh, I'm not a professional.
I have a LinkedIn account just because I'm
gonna follow you
for my.
I'm gonna follow you. The YouTube formula audiobook. I've been listening to it. I'm becoming a student of the platform so I can really understand how to get in there and get it done. I'm telling you guys, man, 12 months from now, I'm gonna be unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. Mind, body, and spirit. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be unrecognizable. So
tap in.
I'm trying to. The thing is, I don't think you've ever seen.
Morph into Neo?
No, I just don't think you've ever met anybody who got vision like me. Like I have vision. And I execute on vision.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not a lot. I don't know too many people like that. I really don't. Like I probably know like a few, but I don't know too many people like that.
You only know a few?
Only a few. Because most people say things that they not really gonna do.
Right.
They, be
I know,
BSing
and it's crazy that you do say that. Like my mom, she is a follow through person. Like hands down.
And I do it off the strength.
I've never met a
because I
person
said
that
it.
works so much. My mom is still working. Like her 2 jobs. I ain't mad at her. And still outside trying to get her party on.
I'm not mad at mom.
Gotta have a life
mom's
too.
be doing her thing.
Gotta have a life too. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was gonna just say that. Yeah, I will say. I don't know many people that get cracking like you get cracking. So I'll say that for sure. I might not know nobody else.
That's why,
for sure. You
that's why I said, like, I'm gonna throw this, I'm gonna pass this one to you, and I know she going. I was like, I know she gonna get it done. Like, I know she is, cause.
And I appreciate the vote of confidence. I really do. Because honestly, if you knew about it and didn't tell me, then I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but I feel like I did my part.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
for you to be able to
that's
shoot me the lob.
Right, exactly.
So
that's
I
that's all that matters. And that's all I can do. Pass it. You feel me? And she gonna take it to the hole.
I'm gonna show you how to work.
Gonna dunk it. She gonna 3.
I'm gonna show you how to work. And that's what I said. I feel like this might sound a way, but I do feel this way. I feel like anybody who has the pleasure of knowing me is in good company.
Oh, I feel the same
and
way
I
about
feel
myself
like
too.
I like to look out for people, but it might change because this book got me looking at some things differently.
And here's the thing, this is something that I've learned to being a Christian, that a lot of Christians feel like they need to hide under a rock or be away from, evil people or wicked people, or let me stay away. But that is how Jesus brought so many people into their transition. You got to sit with sinners. This is why that's how you get people to transfer over.
That's why
right. So you have to get out there. I want you to be my friend. I want to rub off on you. I want to.
Numbers that hold on.
Wait.
For real.
But that could be exhausting though, because it's a lot of people out here.
Once again, and just like how you said, I'm not gonna get the love back, but I get filled up through Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Once I get filled up through Him, I'm right back at it. And I don't need. I don't need it
one
back.
in here that you just said that sparked a thought.
I don't do things for people or whatever for something back.
Right.
So
absolutely.
I'm never like, if you don't do it back,
right.
But I do understand how you could feel away. Like, damn, I looked out. Why can't you reciprocate?
Not because I need to save this for some people who actually is going, you know what I mean? Like, because the thing is, maybe I'm not getting it back from that person. If I'm getting it somewhere else, then I think it evens it out. But I'm saying that I genuinely take issue with, if I'm going to give it, I'm not saying I need it back, but I need it to actually be worth something. Like, it needs to actually.
How do you feel about, let's say you give something to someone and they're not able to like give that type of thing back to you, but they give back to you in other ways that show you, you know what, they give back what they can. They pull back into love. That's how I feel. You don't have to do what I do, but show me you.
Yeah, that's
two things that I learned, that it's okay to plant the seed and not watch the plant grow. Okay.
So give me a
Jesus. I feel attacked. Go ahead, girl.
Give me an example of how that works.
An example of how that works. I mean,
Woo, that was
listen, because
girl, I got hot just now.
That took a lot for me to understand because
that's
number
right
one,
there.
you can't hold people's hands.
You can't.
You can't. So that means like if I tell you something and I'm like, hey, listen, I see you in a dark place. And I feel like, what you're doing, like all I can do is plant the seed. You have to find a way out of this. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist. There's so many things that I can't necessarily pull you out. Like I might not have the tools to get you out. I might not, whatever. But as a friend, I see you spiraling, right? I see you spiraling, bro. And I love you enough to let you know, like, what you're doing, you got to stop. You have to stop now. And just for my own sanity, I can't even sit here and watch you self-destruct. So now.
Because that energy is going to transfer to me in some way, inadvertently.
So what I did was I planted the seed.
And now you got to water it.
And then I kind of walked away. You have to water it. You have to let that grow. So that's one situation.
And this can also apply in a positive context too. Like there have been times when I've seen something, I've maybe come across a certain concept, but at that particular time, I couldn't really do anything with it. But maybe I revisit it later when I'm in a position or I have, my situation is different. And I'm like, ooh, I remember I heard that thing 7 months ago on this particular platform. I'm going to look into this and it can just germinate from there. But what you just said is powerful. Like, and that's heavy on that in 2025. But I want to read willingness though.
She had 2 of them.
I know, and I low-key kind of forgot.
You lost the other one. Can I read willingness?
Yeah, read it, yeah.
Willingness is 310. And what you said reminded me of this. This energy subserves survival by virtue of a positive attitude that welcomes all expressions of life. It's friendly, helpful, wants to assist, and seeks to be of service. I think that I identify with that a lot.
I'm for sure a service person. Absolutely.
A lot. Ooh, one other thing, because I know we're almost at a time here. I was asking after I read these, I was like, okay, how do I transcend?
I see the notes in the margin.
Yeah, I love it. I loved it too.
I see highlighting when you just flip it. Oh, you in there?
She in there, bro. She in there.
You studying.
I'm a student.
Okay,
I'm a student.
Okay,
yes. I believe in you never stop learning. Everybody has the opportunity to continue to learn and grow. And I think once you stop and you feel like I know everything, that's when you get passed over. You get passed over, just like AI. If you are in any work environment and you don't know how to use AI in 10 years, you will have no job because everybody's going to use AI. Everybody's going to use it.
I know.
Everybody's going to use it. So it's no longer going to be a matter of like you can't turn in an assignment. It's how do you leverage AI better than the next person who's leveraging AI. So if you don't learn how to use it now, if you think, oh, I don't really need it, all right, okay.
I don't see how they could say they ain't really need it when that's the wave.
That's the wave.
That's the future.
And I'm saying you have to, you got to stay in tune with where AI is going.
Did you see they just filmed a movie, Strict AI?
I watched a movie completely off of AI.
They didn't go nowhere to film. It was strict AI.
I watched a movie like
How
that.
was it?
I didn't watch it from beginning to end, but it looked legit.
So the one I didn't actually see it. I just saw that it was a movie made, and people were in the comments, and they're like, you could tell it's like no soul to it. No, it just looks very manufactured, if you will.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I don't think that AI has the creativity comes from today.
It's coming
today, but the creativity comes from within.
That person is still creating the content. They're just using AI.
Yeah, they're just using AI.
No, AI isn't AI. You just write me a script about a ladybug in the
But you have to give it, you have to engineer it though. You have to give it its context. You're not, I mean, you can say that and it's going to give you something very generic, but if you bring your own slant, your own view, your own context, it then adapts to what it is that you're giving it. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out.
There's a content it's called like Cross Crusaders or something, and they do biblical stories through AI. So AI, I thought it was beautiful artwork, just, using like people. But of course, once again, you still have to, that person has to create what that AI is going to look like, the scene you have to put it together.
You still have to add to it, right?
Yeah, you still have to add to it.
Okay. So I asked myself, I said, how can I transcend? How can I get higher? How do I go from wherever I'm at higher?
So where we at now? Because last thing you read was willingness. So where
No,
you?
I'm not reading a number. This is I'm telling you how you get up, how you go
Okay.
up on the
Okay.
scales of emotion.
Oh,
So the
yes, read
fastest
that.
way to move from the bottom to the top is by telling the truth to ourselves and to others. I don't know why that was so powerful when I read it, but I was like, yo, because we really don't be telling the truth to people sometimes. And sometimes to ourselves.
I'm about
Like
to say to yourself is the
sometimes,
worst
yeah,
way.
sometimes to yourself
To
too.
yourself.
And so as a takeaway, if you're gonna get this book,
You got to get
that
this book.
this is one of those things that I wrote on a sticky and I put it on the door, like that leads to my office. So every day that I walk through that door, I see it. Tell the truth to yourselves and to others. So that means even when it's uncomfortable sometimes, like I feel like even more when it's uncomfortable because that's what we be avoiding.
Exactly.
Telling the truth to ourselves and to others. And I think once you do that, it frees you because then you're just like, okay, the weight of carrying or holding back, telling somebody something that might be useful for them or you need it because you need to release them or a thought or an idea, it helps you transcend higher. So I thought that was super powerful. Please get this book. My brother
Put you on.
sent me the book. We had a conversation about something and we spent like 2 hours on the phone and then he was like, you know what, I got a book for you. I'm going to send it to you. And thank you. This book right here is going to change my life. I'm telling you, 12 months from now, unrecognizable.
Mind, body, and soul.
Unrecognizable. I know it. I feel it and I'm committed to it. And once I make a promise to myself, I got to achieve it. But
the telling the truth thing to yourself and others, I'm a firm. I you know the saying like you can lie to me but don't lie to yourself. That's my biggest thing. Like to be real with yourself.
I feel like those two things go hand in hand though. Because if I'm telling the truth to myself,
well, no, because you can.
How can I lie to you if I'm telling the truth to myself?
Because just like how there's some things you don't want other people to know. So what I'm going through personally, I know.
Yeah, but
I'm not telling you what I'm going through. So that's where you can withhold information. Can be considered be a lie or whatever. Yeah. Like you can you could dress a certain way and right exactly and still be broke exactly inside.
Yeah, like
That's true.
You know the truth.
You're right.
However, though, to me, I feel like telling yourself the truth comes with either acceptance or change. So you have two ways to go about this. Once you tell yourself the truth about what's really going on, you're either going to accept it and deal with that
dwell
truth and dwell there.
Jesus, because it's a lot of dwellers.
It's a lot of dwellers there. Or you're going to make the change. And that, to me, a lot of people are afraid to make that change.
People are lazy.
I know.
That's really just call it what it is.
Dang.
People are lazy because the thing is, I'll sit and talk to certain people and I'm like, I mean, we know the answers. Like, you know the answer. I know the answer. We just sit here. We literally sit here going back and forth. But then the next 2-3 weeks, you still doing the same thing.
Right.
So it's laziness.
That's why I never want to hear your problem more than once. Because once you tell it to me the first time,
thank you.
It's like, all right, cool. Let's have a 10-second pity party. And now let's figure out what we gonna do.
Exactly.
So if you come to me in 2 weeks with the same shit.
And which is why I'm happy that I made the leap to leave my relationship, because I think that, people think that you be BSing, like, oh, she just playing she ain't going nowhere. Like, okay, I hear you, like you're upset. Okay, who cares? But then when I up and leave,
you up and
then
left,
you be like,
how you up and left? He came home and you wasn't there?
Nah. Oh no, I left with him there. I walked out like, here.
With
you
your
got
bags?
Yep, I had the back. Look, I had. When I tell you, I left all my clothes at that house. I said I'm buying everything new.
You just up and left?
Yep, I left the ring.
That's a strong black woman right there.
I left the ring on the dresser, and I said,
right
"You
how
can
does
stay
that
with your
equate
son."
to being a strong black woman?
For her
because
to
you have
realize
to
what she
do
does not
right.
want in her life
Exactly.
and to take an action. Like,
why she got to be a strong black? She can't just be a strong woman. She can't just be a strong person.
I'm black.
Can I give props to the black women in the world who are so underrepresented?
But the thing is, I feel like it's a trope. I feel like it's a trope. I feel like, we talk about strong black women. No, it's just I'm literally prioritizing what is best for me. Like it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a strong black woman. Like I'm just
got you.
You know what I mean? Like I'm literally.
But in this specific case, this is a strong black woman making that move.
All women have been in that situation where you do have a choice in your life. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay and make this work or should I go? It's hard to go. A lot of people
sharing bills, it's hard to be like I'm out.
It's
No, for
hard to
sure.
go. And then a lot of people will kind of make you feel bad, like, oh, you didn't work it out, like you didn't fight through it, you didn't struggle
How
through,
much
like,
fighting you want me to fight?
man. And at some point, it's like, I can't fight anymore. Like, I rather just fight for myself than fight for this relationship, because I can do better. I just will do better fighting for myself.
Mhm.
Like, to me, and sometimes you have to be selfish, and that comes with being truthful to yourself. If you're not happy, and that is like, you're not lying to yourself, finally, I'm not happy.
No, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do to make that change?
No, I feel it. I definitely feel it.
Can you read anger again, please?
I sure can.
Anger.
Because I feel
I
like
sure can.
anger is
Anger,
also like, to
yes.
me, right? Like when I get, like, for example, if
Anger was
I
a
ever
good
had a
one.
girl,
Ooh, there's one I got.
I
go ahead, I got you back in your bag.
I
Go
got
ahead, do what you want to do
man,
first.
I
got
gotta
you back
give you
in your
this.
bag.
I gotta
Come
give
on.
you this. Hold on, because this is important for
And
all of
she
y'all.
like in the first like chapter, bro. Like first two chapters. Like
I'm
she
trying to tell you, I'm
dig
really
deep.
really
Right.
studying this thing.
I love
Okay,
it.
so we
But
talked
all
about the
that in
emotions,
the
right?
first two chapters.
The
this book
energy
gotta be
system
good.
has a direct impact on the physical body.
Oh yes.
The
The
energy
energy in
system.
each chakra flows out through the channels called the meridians. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. To the whole energy body, which is like a blueprint to the physical body. I'm gonna read that again. The energy in each chakra flows out through channels called meridians to the whole energy body, which is like a blueprint to the physical body. Each meridian is associated with a particular organ, and each organ is associated with a particular emotion. A negative emotion throws off the energy balance of its associated acupuncture meridian and the related organ. For instance, depression, despair, and melancholy are associated with the liver meridian. So these emotions tend to interfere with liver function. And every negative feeling impairs a body's organ. And as the years go by, the organ becomes diseased and eventually fails to function. Y'all better get y'all emotions right.
That
Y'all
part.
better get y'all emotions right.
Right.
Get your emotions right. Figure out your little chakras and your meridians,
And then
figure out
read anger.
What?
Yes.
Trying to tell you.
Which is why it's very important to take
That
care
was-
mind,
whoa.
body, and soul. When
Trying to
they say
tell
that
you,
mind, body,
I
and
do-
soul, your
I do.
emotions, it ties
It's the
into
liver?
yes.
So when you out here being depressed and feeling despair,
You're right.
when that cancer hits you and you
So
wondering
you're-
how that thing
wait, so
popped
you're
up
saying-
because you
hold on.
you-
So I want to make sure. So you're
Uh-huh.
saying that having bad energy over a period of time.
will make you diseased.
For real?
Right.
How you think? Why you think everybody? Well, I think food is
organs.
also contributing to cancer, but I feel like your emotions and the world is all
But
messed up. Look at the way
how-
the world is at, where we at.
And a lot of people who eat, they eat on their emotions.
they sure do.
Listen, when I tell
do
you
that.
that all of that
Listen,
time,
they're staring
then
at you.
even when
Right there, you do.
drug related.
Eating Cinnabons
When
and all
you're
kind
in
of
a
stuff.
certain mood, you take a certain drug, and that drug, all of that plays a part onto your body. Your body
meridian?
will affect. Yes.
Anger.
That was
This energy overcomes the source of fear by force, threat, and attack. It is irritable, explosive, bitter, volatile, and resentful. It's like it likes to get even, as in, I'll show you.
that
anger.
sound like me.
It do.
Anger. That's
It do.
but anger in your clipping notes though, you said that anger also helps
Mhm.
Right,
makes-
and
Listen,
makes your
listen.
makes
and I
your
want to
decision.
can I give the example, right?
Right.
So
Wait, so they have context. So they
see-
have context. Anger on the cliff notes.
Mhm.
Frustration and resentment can lead to aggression, but also motivate change.
That, okay, so
Motivate
the
change,
motivate
that's what
change
I
is
love,
where I
yeah.
was where I want
That
to
was my
focus on
anger,
because I feel like
You got 2
let's say a
minutes.
girl tells you you broke, you'll never tell me I'm broke again. The way I'm finna hustle up and come with this
Right.
paper, like it could be
Mhm.
motivation.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's how I like to look at
And
it.
that's why I
might gotta
could
get the
relate
book.
Nah,
to,
get
to
the book.
anger. Yeah.
Get the book.
Because whoa,
This, no, I'm telling you, listen, I haven't made like my New Year's resolutions or anything like that yet, but definitely reading. We talked about this the last
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah.
Y'all got to start reading more. You got to read more. It'll open up your mind. It'll take you to places you've never even
That's-
imagined going. When I started reading this book, I just opened it like, let me just see. Man.
I'm telling you. Listen.
And how far did you get into it where you were like, hold up?
I had to
The first
immediately.
couple of it-
Let me tell you,
listen,
I
that's
had
what
to
I'm saying.
listen. See, when I read books, I don't just read it and just be like, okay, whatever. I highlight, I write words, I circle words. If I come across a word I don't understand, I gotta look it up because
that's mandatory. Me too.
We can't just be out here reading stuff you don't know what
you
you're
understand
reading.
what you're reading.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Exactly.
So man, and the preface on this thing, get the book. Listen, he ain't even paying me, but I'm gonna clip this and send it to his team. Let's get that UGC cracking. This book right here is going to change my life. I know it's going to change my life. And then once I read this book, I got a couple more in the tuck.
That's the vision you was talking about.
I'm trying to tell you,
That's
man.
that vision.
I'm trying to tell you. All right, so this is the end of episode 9. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but we finished very strong. Make sure that you guys tap into the YouTube platform. You guys got to follow us. I mean, you just can't be watching and you're not following, okay? So make sure you follow.
Just do that solid. Hit the button.
Hit the bell notification.
And hit the like button, too.
Yes.
Subscribe to the channel.
Appreciate y'all. Happy New Year.
Peace.